Okay, so this is going to be quite short, but I wanted to remind you all of Jussie Smollet, or Justin. Let's go with Justin, that works. Justin was an actor on the TV show called Empire. Justin doesn't work for them anymore because of what happened. So for this we're going to go back to January 22nd, where Justin reports to the police that he received a letter, a rather menacing letter, which was sent to the Fox studio where he at the time was filming Empire, containing within it language that was quite scary, and laced with a powdery substance that investigators believed was crushed up Tylenol. On January 29th, Justin is allegedly attacked near his apartment in Chicago. 2 masked assailants poured an unknown chemical substance on him, which was later believed to be bleach, and then wrapped a rope around his neck. He told the police in a follow-up interview that the attackers yelled MAGA country, a reference to Donald Trump's Make America Great Again slogan. On January 30th, the police announced in a tweet they are seeking 2 persons of interest who were captured on surveillance video near the scene and around the time of the alleged attack. On January 31st, Justin's family released a statement describing the attack as a hate crime, with them being quoted as saying, "In the early hours of Tuesday morning, our beloved son and brother, Justin, was the victim of a violent and unprovoked attack. We want to be clear this was a racial and homophobic hate crime. Justin has told the police everything from the very beginning. His story has never changed, and we are hopeful they will find these men and bring them to justice." On February 1st, Justin released a new statement thanking the fans and reiterating that his account of the attack has remained consistent. On February 2nd, Justin makes his first appearance on stage since the alleged attack, performing at the Troubadour in West Hollywood, with him saying that regardless of what anyone else says, he will only stand for love, and he hopes that everyone will stand with him. On February the 4th, the police release an initial incident report about the alleged attack on Justin, revealing that Justin was apparently reluctant to report the attack, and that when the police arrived at his home to interview him, he was still wearing the rope around his neck. The report states that a 60-year-old friend of Justin called the police on his behalf and said the actor did not want to report offence. However, he believed it to be in the best interest to do so. Justin said the attack happened at 2 a.m. as he was leaving a Subway restaurant. He told the police that the 2 attackers gained his attention by yelling racial and homophobic slurs and began to beat him, describing the attackers as wearing black masks which concealed any facial features, along with their attire being entirely black as well. On February 13th, unbeknownst to the public, the police investigators had been tracking the 2 persons of interest and were aware of who they were for a while. Investigators learned that the 2 men were returning to Chicago from Nigeria and moved in. The pair were detained at the airport under arrest and taken in for questioning the same day. On February 14th, anchor Robin Roberts of Good Morning America said that Justin Smollet was heartbroken when he found out people were questioning his story. He defended himself against the dreaded, blasted, dratted skeptics, who pointed out that it wasn't until a follow-up interview with the police that he mentioned that the assailants yelled MAGA country. He also complained about the erroneous reports that he had told police that the attackers were actually wearing red MAGA hats. The same day, Justin was re-interviewed by Chicago police investigators. By the evening, the police had confirmed they had obtained search warrants and raided the homes of the 2 individuals, recovering bleach, shoes, electronics and other items. On February 15th, the police announced they had identified and questioned the 2 persons of interest captured on a surveillance video. Interesting fact, at this point, the pair had a relationship with Justin Smollet. In an unusual move for an ongoing investigation, police officials who had originally described the 2 as persons of interest began describing them as potential subjects, but by the evening, the charges were dropped and the 2 men were released without charge. On February 16th, the police identified the 2 men they arrested and later released as brothers Olabinjo and Abimbola Osandero, both US citizens of Nigerian descent. Later on that day, the police wanted to speak to Justin Smollet again, but hit a wall with the attorney, with Justin hitting back at the suggestion he was involved in the incident and it was in fact a hoax. Let's skip ahead here, shall we? On February 17th, the Osandero brothers alleged the attack on Justin Smollet was fake, and the actor had paid them to help orchestrate and stage the crime. On February 18th, the two brothers, who were interrogated by police investigating the alleged Chicago street attack on Justin, claimed they helped him concoct the assault after he became upset that a letter threatening him did not get enough attention. On February 20th, Justin Smollet was charged with felony disorderly conduct for filing a false report after alleging the stage attack against him in Chicago. By Wednesday, the police had officially classified Smollet as a suspect in an ongoing criminal investigation for filing a false report. On February 21st, Smollet turned himself in to the police to face a felony charge. If convicted, he could have been in jail for 1 to 3 years, with a chief of police blasting him for this publicity stunt to promote his career. On March the 8th, the Cook County State Attorney's Office announced that the previous day, a grand jury indicted the actor on 16 counts of disorderly conduct for filing a false report. On March 26th, an emergency hearing at the Cook County courtroom announced that all criminal charges were dropped, with many accusing the DA's office of whitewashing justice, with it being widely believed that Jussie Smollet, or Justin, had in fact brokered a deal with the DA's office. It should also be noted by this point, Jussie Smollet lost his job on Empire. I'm guessing he's not getting that raise now. On June 21st, Cook County judge appoints a special prosecutor to investigate the decision to dismiss all charges. On June 24th, the police released nearly 70 hours of video in connection with the investigation, including body camera footage of the actor with a noose around his neck. The video also includes Justin asking the officers to turn off their recording devices. The clips also included video bits of the two brothers being arrested. Now, I go through this timeline on purpose. This to me was a massive injustice. Jussie Smollet conjured this up, and he did it entirely for his own benefit. Well, Justin Smollet has decided to sue Chicago for malicious prosecution. Really? All this because they're trying to get him to pay $130,000 in costs to cover the time police spent investigating his fake hate crime. If justice is to be believed as it was the first time when you got off with nothing, I'm inclined to believe you're going to get everything in this. The police, by the way, and the city's mayor stood by their case against Jussie Smollet and accused the courts of letting him get off scot-free. The man who decided to drop the charges said even he thought Jussie Smollet was guilty, but explained the charges were dropped because Justin paid $10,000 in bail to the courts and carried out community service. And that's when the city of Chicago decided, oh, we spent a lot of money investigating your bull. I think we need to get some of that back. You wasted taxpayer money, Justin. I mean, I know work's dried up a little, and people stood by you. A lot of people stood by you, but you lied. Therefore, you should not be successful in this. The Law Department for Chicago believes that they will be successful in defeating the counterclaims, and I 100% support them because Jussie Smollet is a worm. Jussie, if you're watching, babe, you're a worm, a parasite, a leech. Enjoy collecting welfare because it's all you're really worth.